you want it to be. Just gonna play around with the size here. Alright, and then from there you want to add your text in. So here I've got an image that I photographed of someone's text. Okay, so things you could do. You could have your text, you know, placed up here, so digital landscape. So you want to try and figure out different places for it to be. Alright, I like to kind of hide my text a little bit and experiment with also colors as well. So you could try, for example here, clicking the paint bucket tool, make sure all these are 32, continuous, so make those all good, and then you can actually click on particular parts of this part here, the text, just to make sure, just to make the text stand out a bit more. Just click, oops, a little bit more. Very quick. Just got to be careful where you click. Try and get that G in. So just so to clarify, to go back a step, I use Control Z just so I can quickly flick back a couple of steps. Okay, kind of nearly there. Anyway, just a quick example. And then from there, I've kind of taken that blue there. So what I want to do now, I want to go to the magic wand, and I want to click anti-alias and continuous, and I want to select the blue. Okay, so I want to go around, you want to go around and start selecting the blue from all the parts you want to select. Oop. I'll just click that as well because that's add to selection. Okay, so I just want to select all that blue there, some of that blue, just going a little bit closer. So you can see it does take a bit of time. Just be patient, just go along, selecting your blue. Okay, that's just about most of it. Okay, so now I'm going to copy it. So go Control C and then Control V. Actually, sorry, we'll do something different. I'm going to go cut it. So Control X and then Control V. Okay, so now my blue's kind of separated. You can see I did a pretty quick job of it. You can see some of the letters there. I'm just going to straighten it up a bit. So that I press Control T and I'm just going to straighten it up a bit. So you can see some of the letters there. So now you can experiment with putting your text in different parts. It gives your text a different feel. So you can experiment putting it, say for example there. I also want to, and I found something interesting out, I also want to play with this text here. So I'm just going to line it up like so. And you can actually go into a filter called Pixelate, and you can go to Mezzotint. So what Mezzotint does is it gives you a selection of dots. So I want to make it into kind of a grainy dots. I'm going to go OK. That's nice and grainy for me. And then from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it as an overlay. So you can see there, you can just about see it there. I'm going to straighten it up a bit. Alright, I'm going to go there, this over the top. Alright, now I want to kind of fade it in a bit more, so I'm just going to erase around the edges. Just reduce the opacity down a bit, just to fade it in. So using a mouse is really handy with doing this sort of stuff as well. Just going to fade it in there. Okay. Now you need to make sure it's clear. Obviously I've done a very quick job of it, and so it's not 100% clear. Now other things you can do. For example, with this blue here, with this blue at the top here, you can double click the layer, and there it is. You can double click the layer and you can actually create, say for example, interesting things like an outer glow. Select a color you want to use. Probably like for this blue, I'm just going to do maybe a slightly kind of lighter kind of blue, like that. And I'm going to just increase the opacity so I can kind of see it. And then you can have a play with, for example, the spread, the size. Kind of increase the these bits and pieces here. I'm just going to click OK. I'm going to go a bit closer so you can kind of see. So you want kind of a glow. So I'm just going to go back in and have a bit more of a play. So you can go to outer glow. You can make it a bit noisy and grittier. You can lower the opacity, so it's like that, for example. You can increase the amount. Again, lower it. I can actually reduce that noise. I don't like that noise. Okay. Got like a slight glow happening there, and then from there you can have even more of a play. You can try it as an overlay, and what that does, it creates this interesting effect here. You can sort of just see the digital landscape text there, and then from there, if you click one layer and then click the bottom layer and hold shift, you can start to move it about, and press Ctrl T. You can actually make it smaller, and you can experiment putting digital landscape here or even there. You could even try and separate out the letter. So I'm just going to separate out this D. Control C, Control V. I'm just going to separate out this little letter here. Make it maybe a bit bigger. And I'm going to actually put you as an overlay as well. So you can experiment having the letters quite large. I'm going to make you a bit bigger as well. Possibly over here. So experiment with the different layers, the different types of things you can use, all the different effects you can use. I'm going to actually give this a bit of an outer glow as well. Okay, so you go into that outer glow, press OK. So lots of different effects, lots of different things you can use. Lower that opacity a bit. Beautiful. Okay, and there you go. That's a bit of a D there for you. Slight SD there for you. You can sort of just about see it. Obviously you do a bit better job. So here's some tips that you can use to creating your digital landscape poster. Now when you're finished, you want to click File, Save As, and save it as a JPEG. So I'm just going to put it on my desktop for now. And you can click idea, you can probably type in like idea number 1, and then click OK, and click, oh well, actually click Save. Click OK. It's all saved. Now if you want to put it onto your PowerPoint, you want to go File, Save As, and save it as a JPEG. So make sure you click where you're going to click, or click where you're going to put it, and then click JPEG. Okay, and that saves it as a JPEG, and that makes it really easy to put onto your PowerPoint because you just drag and drop it in. Okay, so there it is, and click Save. It'll ask you how high the quality you want to do it. Drag it to large file, maximum, because you want maximum quality, and click OK. Alright, and that's an idea. Okay, and that concludes the tutorial on digital landscape. Some tips on how to create your poster.